Derrick Henry came to Green Bay and said, put this game on my shoulders. His 4th touchdown of the game. Now their attention falls to the Pittsburgh Steelers game with the Cleveland Browns.
Well, I'll be watching and praying for sure.
Shador to throw, looking right. He's got faded. Touchdown!
The Steelers' hopes of winning the AFC North title here today have evaporated. They will now have to defeat the Ravens in Pittsburgh next weekend.
I have full confidence we'll go home and win next week.
Conventional wisdom says if the starting QB is TBD, that is an uh-oh. But that same starting quarterback was out last week, and the Ravens did just fine because Derrick Henry. But I digress, because this is about Lamar Jackson. His status for Sunday's game against the Steelers, which is winner take the AFC North, is essentially wait and see. They'll know more Wednesday. RC is back. Okay, how much of Lamar's status is going to impact who actually wins that game Sunday?
I think it impacts it 2 ways. One way, if Lamar is healthy, then obviously the Baltimore Ravens are better than they are without him. If he can utilize his legs, extend plays, and be an accentuation to the run game, then this makes this team better. But if Lamar Jackson comes back and he's the hampered Lamar Jackson that we saw down the stretch of this season, I believe he hinders this team. What we saw from Tyler Huntley and Derrick Henry versus the Green Bay Packers is who this offense should be right now for Todd Monken, especially facing a Pittsburgh Steelers team that has struggled stopping the run this year.
Yeah, TBD is never a good sign, so maybe a surprise if he's even out there. Let's go to the NFC West. Seahawks, Niners, not just for the division title.
Adam Schefter estimates the Steelers-Ravens upcoming NFL season finale will have a broader implication on John Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin's job security. Schefter said today somebody's going to lose that game, and somebody's going to lose. And when somebody loses that game, we heard the Steeler fans Shannon fire Mike Tomlin earlier this year. We've heard Ravens fans saying should be a conversation about John Harbaugh after the season. One of those fan bases is going to be unhappy. Schefter says in the realm of possibility that Mike Tomlin leaves the Steelers with a loss on Sunday and does TV next season or coaches somewhere else in 2026. Ocho, I don't see a scenario in which Mike Tomlin leaves and goes into TV, but what do you think is going to happen? Like you said, somebody's got to lose.
Somebody has to lose, honestly, I don't see Mike Tomlin. One thing the Steelers have never done, the Steelers have never fired anybody. They've never fired anybody. If I'm not mistaken.
Well, not anybody since 1969.
Yes, and I don't think it's going to happen now. It's never been a part of what they do. Now Harbaugh on the other instance. I mean, are the Ravens closer to winning with Harbaugh at the helm? Do they need another voice, like you always say, in that building? Mm-hmm. Maybe so. I'm not sure how they feel about him. There's so many different things that need to go right for the Ravens now for them to get back in contention and be able to compete, for Lombardi, year in and year out. But one, you got to get your quarterback situation right.
I'll be honest with you, Ocho. I don't think either's close. Huh? I don't think either's close to winning the Super Bowl.
No. But listen, changing coaches put you further behind the 8 ball. It don't put you no closer. You tear it down and build it back up.
Let me ask you a question. Did it move Chicago closer or further away?
What do they have in place? What's the one important piece of every team?
You say they got Lamar Jackson. You say they got it, what they need. Well, damn. I need you to make up your mind. Either Lamar is that or he isn't.
Yes, he is that.
Okay, then. So maybe
the quarterback is going to do what?
I didn't say we're talking about coaching. We don't move past that.
Okay. Well, yeah, changing the coaching. Well, hell, Harbaugh don't play defense. He don't play DB, and he definitely ain't no defensive end. Y'all, you know what pieces your team need to be able to compete, and they don't have it right now. They just don't.
I don't think either team is close, and I don't think either team is close with the coaches that they have.
How about this? What you think about Brian Flores coming to Baltimore?
Who's going to be his OC? Do I think me personally, they need personnel. They need better personnel on defense. They need a right guard, but they need defense out the yin yang. Could they use another receiver? Yeah. They need a big. I mean, I don't know what happened with Rashad Bateman this year. He is a bigger receiver, but they need a big receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Watch, Kansas City's gonna go get a big receiver.
Well, God damn, Kansas City got a slew of them boys over there, huh? I mean, we talked about Rashee Rice last year like he was the second coming of
And got a huge catch radius. When you got guys 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", Ocho, how big is the catch radius?
Rashee Rice, he tall, ain't he? I thought he was like 6'4", 6'5".
Man, please.
He not that big. Oh, but you know, on TV, I ain't never seen him in person. Them boy,
how tall is Rashee Rice? Is Rashee Rice 6 foot?
He look tall as hell on TV.
No, he don't look tall to me. They say he's 6'1".
Okay. So he 4 inches.
But how tall is Hollywood?
Okay, Hollywood short. Zay short. I mean, I see them all the time. They from the crib.
Mm-hmm. How tall is Juju? Is Juju 6 foot tall?
Nah, Juju not tall either.
Say Juju 6'1".
Shoot, I'm 6'4". They could bring me back.
I think I might be able to outrun Juju though.
Juju never a burner, Unc. He ain't no burner.
So if he wasn't a burner 8 years ago, how fast is he now?
A little bit slower. A tad bit. He might not know it.
Oh, he knows it. You know.
Hey, if these teams need a weapon, man, I'm always available. I'm always available.
I look at it like this here, Ojo. If a team can fire Bill Belichick with 6 Super Bowls and 10 Super Bowl appearances, God dang it, they can fire Mike Tomlin and John
Harbaugh.
Harbaugh.
About that. Listen, when you use that analogy, you use that perspective, you know, for better context, that's a possibility. But you gotta understand, what message are you sending your team, your players, and your fans when you say, you know what, we letting Harbaugh go? We letting Mike Tomlin go. We starting all the way from scratch.
Let me ask you this: when we throw furniture out and put new furniture in, what messages you sending?
Well, you ain't got the furniture to bring in. How about that? You ain't got no furniture.
I mean, what you mean?
What furniture you gonna bring in?
A new coach's furniture. Damn. Are you listening?
Hold on, you got new furniture, but still got the same people sitting on it? Well, shit. Yeah, what's gonna be the difference?
Yeah, you the same people. When your grandma got a new couch, and got the old couch, you and Chauncey would still had your ass on the couch.
Hell nah. Hey, I tell you what, like all jokes aside, the Ravens organization, the Steelers organization, they have some tough decisions to make. I'm very, very very tough ones. And honestly, for me, the fact that the way Lamar is being done, because he's had this one injury prone season, and the stuff coming out about him that we knew nothing about, and all of a sudden people that are not in that building, they all of a sudden know about it, means it's coming from inside the house, you know? So, you know, at that point, I would much rather him have new scenery, go somewhere else, and start over.
I give you a prime example. Look at Andy Reid. They fired Andy Reid in Philly. He went to Kansas City. Now he's the Hall of Fame. Now you can make a case that he's a top 5 coach in the history of the game.
Absolutely.
Jeffrey Lurie had to say, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
You've taken us as far as we can go. Maybe Mike Tomlin and John Harbaugh is taking these teams as far as they can take them. Maybe it's somebody else need to navigate. And that's okay. Yeah. I'm not saying they're bad coaches, but maybe it's just time for a different voice to be heard in the locker room.
Damn. Hey, you hear that? Time for a new voice.
I It's an outlier. Everybody's an outlier. So what was Tom Brady? Tom Brady, he's an outlier. Let me get this right. Peyton Manning, he's an outlier. Of course they're outliers.
But I'm just saying.
So what, you just hold on to him. I guess it sounds good, though. Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season. I thought the job was to win. I thought the job was to win and win championships. So, in the last decade, how close have the Steelers come to winning a championship? Realistically, let's be honest. Making the playoffs just because you make the playoffs, come on. Because they've lost the first round every time in the last decade. So, realistically, how close have they been? I'm waiting on you, Steeler fans.
Hey,
I know y'all black and yellow and all that, the terrible towels. How close, Steeler fans, realistically, in the last decade, have you been to winning a championship?
You know you got affiliation over there in Baltimore, huh? You played there. You won a ring there. You know that.
Yeah, but I'm realistic. Yeah. I was realistic with the Broncos.
You don't even see where I'm going with it, though. If that opportunity for a head coach position open up.
No, hell no.
Can you imagine that, Coach Sharp?
Nope.
Coach Sharp.
I don't want no part. I like talking about football. I don't want to look at no tape. I don't want to look at tape and try to evaluate players and bring players in and none of that. But I'm good.
Exactly, I got my time. You know exactly what you're looking for. You know exactly what you need.
I do.
You might be the perfect person for the job. And that's the problem. God is. Hey.
What I'm looking for, Ocho? Something about 5'6", 5'7", 5'8" with some hooker jeans? No. I mean, no. That's what I'm trying to evaluate. I mean, since you say I know what I'm looking for.
Hey. Okay. How many they have? How long before you off probation?
I got about 30 days.
30? Are you good? Mm-hmm. You good. Hey, but hey, listen, I'm first one on board. Lamar. I know Lamar might be watching, honestly. It's so funny. All them boys be tuned in, and they don't even but they don't type nothing in the chat. They be tuned in.
Ocho, insane stat, the Steelers are winless, 0-4-1 in the last 5 games versus teams entering with 8+ games below 500, tying the longest streak in NFL history. In 2020, they lost to the Bengals, who were 2-10-1. In 21, they tied the 0-8 Lions. In 2023, they lost to the 2-10 Cardinals. In 23, they lost to the 2-10 Patriots. In 25, they lost to the 3-12 Browns.
Hey, you think Sterling want to coach?
What?
No.
Bro, I can't get him to come on once a month. You talking about coach.
I'm just saying that, hey, you're a brilliant mind when it comes to the game. And I'm telling you, you are probably what not only the NFL needs, but the players in today's game need. Giving them players, listen, it's a different era, but you coming in with your old ways and mixing that and balancing it in moderation, allowing them to have a little structure and discipline. I'm telling you, you keep denying God's calling, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
I come be your assistant.
Nah, I'm good. I don't watch enough tape as it is. I ain't got time for guys to coming in late because I don't do the excuse thing.
They're not gonna come in late with you. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I think the thing is because I had to learn. I had to learn with Club Shay Shay because I'm taking the interview. They say 1 o'clock. They say 12 o'clock. Okay, 12 o'clock. We starting. 12:15, 12:30, 1:30.
Oh,
1:30, 2 o'clock.
Famous people, them famous people be on their own time. They ain't got no regard for nobody else's time.
They the one that set the time up.
Yeah, they got.
How you set the time up and
They gotta
late?
do hair and makeup and all that. You notice when we did our club Shay, you notice I was there 30, 40 minutes early?
I wouldn't go quite 30, 40 minutes early, but you were
I
on
was
time.
30, 40 minutes early because I was outside smoking a cigar. I beat you there.